So over Christmas New Year I've been making these boxes, nothing particularly unusual, I made loads of these. This one's nearly finished, just need to screw the sides on. What is different is the handle's on the outside and that shape. You take the masking tape off, and a copper pipe as the handle. Now these aren't attached yet because the novelty has been a bit of signwriting, which I've never really done before. So I've done two sides of this and I'm about to do the other two sides. What I found is the first one I did pencil outlines and basically I tried to colour it in. And the next one I found it was easier to do kind of a big blob and drag it round, and all of this freehand. But it was necessary to outline in pencil to make it pop, and the drop shadows really add to it. One of the issues is it's a soft pencil and it smudges, so I need to paint that smudge in again with the pale grey just to touch that up. But I'm pleased with how it's gone, so I'm going to do these two. My kids have grown up with me saying first 100 times the tricky one, so that's attempt 1, attempt 2. This will be attempt 3, attempt 4. John Bishop was on the telly, he was saying it's the first 1,000 gigs to get good. But it's the start of my signwriting journey. In terms of colours, the first one I made, green all the way around the outside, grey on the outside, and this one's grey all the way around the inside, green on the outside. They're going to a friend. So much of this is confidence, and I just have to tell myself, you know, the worst it's going to be is I paint over it and go again. Maybe I sand it all off and go again. So, you know, there's nothing really to lose. But it is nerve-wracking doing anything the first time. It's also a bit nerve-wracking just having this camera running, even though I could delete it. So this time I'm going to start with just a faint pencil line to get alignment. I've got the other one to copy. So that's green paint on grey, and it really didn't show very well. So I'm going a much darker grey. And I think there's nothing for it but just to make a start. So plenty of paint. This is shallower. So let's get a good blob. And then try and drag that around to make a C. It's a little bit ragged around here. So I can tidy that up. What I learned is having this the right height really helps. The wood's quite rough, which isn't going to help me. Don't know if it's getting better or worse.
This attempt I'm going to edit because it did take quite a long time. But the final fourth attempt I'm going to show in full, so that's coming up soon.
That'll have to do. You don't get too many goes at this. The A, I think it's easier to do this side first. An apostrophe and I'm done. And breathe. That could be better. And then I do like the underline. I did that before, just like I do my pencil trick. It's kind of dragging like this. And then pressing the brush harder to thicken it up. So the top edge of that is lovely, the bottom edge of that is horrible. I'll ignore the horrible bit for now. That I like. And I'm going to try and improve that bottom edge. And I'll smudge that as I go. breathe, and I think that's my attempt number 3. I might come back for drop shadows, but that's it. I like pretty much all of it except for this W, so I need to be more careful with that. So the O doing one side, the other side worked. The A, I like that technique. The Y I liked. The S, I think I did it 1, 2, didn't I? The pencil line shows up more than I'd like, so I'm probably going to try and paint over that pencil line, and I might try and work without the pencil line. Looking at the other W, it's quite thin this side and then fatter the other side, which I quite like. The A I was nervous of, but actually I think it's better than the other one. The drop shadows, there's a whole thing with art being risk, and certainly pottery is an example where every glaze you put on you might ruin the whole piece. So every time you touch it you might completely ruin it. So I'll decide when the paint's dried whether I'm going to just leave it as is or go back. So Signwriting attempt 4, my second attempt on camera. No guideline this time. So a big blob for the sea. Drag it around. I'm going to leave that, that's good enough. Going to leave that. Big blob, drag down. It's going so much faster. So the W is the one that I regretted last time. Try and get a nice round top. I want this side to be quite thin. This transition's tricky. It's gone right. A little bit wobbly, but that'll do. And then for character, this one is thicker, so I'll get a blob. What I might do next time is I'll do 1, 2 and then join them. That might work. That'll do. The A, blob, drag round. It's a bit odd, but I'll call it character. Big blob for the Y, good pool of paint. It's gone well. Good blob. Yes, I did in 2 goes. Once up and then fatter at the bottom. The alignment's off, but again I'll call that character. It's gone so much quicker, that one. Now it's my straight line. Last time I did well on the top edge, but the bottom edge was rubbish. Got a bit more paint on this time. Yeah, losing it. Proper Signwriters have a really long brush and they drag it that way. So once again, the top edge is good enough, the bottom edge is a bit ragged. What's helping me is this is narrow enough I can use my finger as a guide. And then being a little bit splatty around here. I don't think touching it is going to improve it. So that's my 4th attempt at sign writing. The W has gone better. Well, the dark grey on the green definitely pops more than that. These colours almost disappear. It looks classy with the drop shadow, so perhaps I will be brave, but I need to walk away and just let that all dry for now. So here's my experiment with outlines and drop shadows, which I've decided is not good enough. But I might make some kind of frame or something, so it could be a door sign or something. But I'm not going to do that on these boxes. That's not good enough. My daughter suggested, if not pencil, then maybe Sharpie. But what I've learned with this is you've got to outline and drop shadow, and I'm just not good enough yet.
I do want to get good at this, and this isn't the proper technique or proper materials. It's just having a go and a bit of practice, and as much to conquer the nerves before I do it properly. So I hope you enjoyed that.